The IPO of Bajaj Housing Finance is generating quite a buzz on Dalal Street, and for good reason. Set to open next week, this home loan financing arm of Bajaj Finance is aiming for a massive $7 billion valuation through its $782 million initial public offering. Now, this isn't just any other IPO. It's said to be one of the biggest Indian IPOs of this year, following the footsteps of Ola Electric Mobility and Bharti Hexacom. In this video, we are going to help you decide whether investing in the Bajaj Housing Finance IPO is the right move for you. So let's dive into the key details. Mark your calendar, the IPO opens on Monday, September 9th and wraps up on September 11th. Share allotment is expected to be finalized on September 12th with a tentative listing on bourses for September 16th. Now let's talk about the company itself. Bajaj Housing Finance has been a player in the financial space since September 2015. Registered with the National Housing Bank, they offer a range of tailored financial solutions for purchasing and renovating both residential and commercial properties. They've also been recognized by the Reserve Bank of India as an upper layer non-banking financial company. So what does that mean? Essentially, it's a nod to their robust and comprehensive mortgage product lineup, which includes home loans, loans against property, lease rental discounts, and developer financing. Bajaj Housing Finance mainly focuses on individual retail housing loans but doesn't stop there. They've got a diverse portfolio that serves everyone from home buyers to large-scale developers, offering commercial and developer loans as well. Their performance has been impressive too. For the fiscal year 23-24, Bajaj Housing Finance posted a net profit of about 1,731 crore rupees, marking a 38% growth from about 1,258 crore rupees in the previous financial year. Now, to help you decide whether to subscribe to this IPO, we are joined by Amar Deo Singh, Senior Vice President of Research at Angel One. Amar, thank you for giving us time. What's your take on Bajaj Housing Finance IPO? Is it worth considering for the long term, or do you think, considering that the GMP is at about 80%, it's a short-term play?
Yeah, I would say that if you look at Bajaj Housing Finance IPO, it definitely is focused on housing. And if you look at the average ticket size for its home loans, that's roughly around 4.6 million. That's around 45 lakhs. And also the company offers a diversified suite of mortgage lending products in India. And it's primarily, majorly highest proportion of salaried customers. So from that perspective, and coming from the renowned Bajaj Group, so definitely there is a big opportunity ahead of us, because if you look at India as overall, there is a huge projected housing shortage of almost 100 million units. And also, if you look at the prime housing finance market in India, which has a CAGR of almost 19-20% from 2019. So there is a lot of opportunity and scope for the company. And if you look at this specific company, that is Bajaj Housing Finance, it has achieved a CAGR of almost 30-31% from fiscal 22 to 24. And also it is able to maintain its lowest GNPA and NNPA ratios amongst its peers in 2024. So, and it has a, I would say, long lineage in terms of management, experience management from the Bajaj Group. So these are certain factors which can definitely help the company, and also the company is spread out across 20 states, across 174 locations, having more than 215 branches. So this bodes well for the company. So those who are looking at it, they should look at it more from a long-term perspective.
Do you think that the timing of this issue is just right, considering that central banks both here in India and in the US are gearing up for rate cuts?
So if we look at, there's a timing is always a very tough call to make, because sometimes markets or the economies don't perform exactly as per expectations, or don't do exactly as per expectations. But yes, a rate cut is always welcome for the for any companies which are in the NBFC. So from that perspective, that's more from the client perspective. So he can get a better rate, and maybe because the company's net interest margin, because that's where the companies play in all these NBFCs and banks. So what's the net interest margin which is there. So from that perspective, I think Bajaj stands in a better opportunity. And also, what happens is that when your ticket size is only 40-45 lakhs, so there even a slightly higher means charge can be there provided, and also you have a brand to there. But one needs to understand that these markets are very competitive. While at the same time, the rates in this segment are significantly higher as compared to the higher slabs. And so from that perspective, this can be a good opportunity for the Bajaj IPO, Bajaj
Hmm.
Housing Finance IPO, and it could work to their advantage. But at
Hmm.
the same time, a rate cut is also looked at, whether I'm talking about the US markets, because a rate cut could also signal that the weakness in the jobs
Hmm.
market, is it
Hmm.
going to sustain further? So those are certain cues, but overall, yeah, it could work to their advantage.
Should one buy Bajaj Finance and Bajaj Finserv ahead of the Bajaj Housing Finance IPO?
Yeah, you can, or one can look at Bajaj Finance and Bajaj Finserv IPO ahead of the IPO, because then that can give you an advantage vis-a-vis of the Bajaj Group. So holding a share of the Bajaj Group could give you some advantage in terms of the subscription opportunity.
Hmm.
So yes, that is something which can be looked at. And one needs to analyze and understand that these are companies which you generally hold from a long-term perspective. Also, there
Hmm.
was this recent SEBI report which says that retail, more than 50% they cash on in a week itself. But then that's it. But then the rest, 50%, or look at the mutual funds, they have I think, 3% or 4% exit rate in the first week. So clearly the point here is that what are you looking at? You're looking at from a short-term perspective gains, or looking from a long-term perspective. So that's something that is needs to be understood. But these companies generally holding from a long-term perspective is a better idea anytime.